Hi guys, this is Akash working as ETL developer from Complete Ecosystem. Today I'm gonna talk about Supermetric and gonna do a detailed review about Supermetric. It is even said that Supermetric can do more than Superman can do for you. So let's get started. So as you might not be aware, what is Supermetric? Supermetric is the leading marketing data engine for effortless cross-channel data crunching and reporting purpose. Supermetric picks up all the data marketing data you need and bring it to the go-to reporting, analysis or storage platform. Whether that's a BI tool, a spreadsheet, a data visualization tool, a data lake or a data warehouse. Going forward, which can be utilized on Google Sheet or Google Data Studio and various BI tools. So this is the basic homepage where we see how we can just go to Supermetric. It supports many products, like it gives us a destination, whereas we can create a destination with Snowflake. We can create data supermetric lake on BigQuery, Azure Snaps, right? After this, what we have various different connectors, or we can say data sources from where we can pull data for digital marketing analysis, for campaign level data, whether it is ads are running on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, any of the ads data which our client needs, we basically can pull it from Supermetric without any hassle free. It gives us a seamless input using a GUI interface. Right. So how you can get started is like you just have to go to accounts. I'll just show you the trial version which I'm being using right now. I'll just show how we can just log in into from the beginning. So this is the home page which we just get to be redirected when we click on account. We just need to sign into it with a Google account or a Microsoft account. So I'll just select my Google account over here. We need to select the basic account setting or the account for which we are going to configure our Supermetric. I'll select mine as it's my first time which I am configuring right now. So when you will sign into this using your account, you will land onto this Supermetric homepage, whereas you can see the various configuration or transferring the data options are available. Now, what you have to do, you have to firstly check whether I am using a particular paid license or a free trial license kind of thing, right? So my license is like a free trial license, which is starting from today onwards, and it will give us a 15 days free trial to use any of the data sources and pull the data for the next 15 days. So the start date is like 13 and it will end on 27. Within this time period, I can pull data from multiple data sources and directly pull the data into Snowflake or any other data warehouse which you will configure on. Now, the next step which I'm going to take on is the transfer. What do you mean by transfer basically? Transfer is the place where you want to keep your data or store your data, where you want to maintain your repository. So we just have to create a new repository. I'll create a new repository in front of you. I will select. Firstly, we have to create a destination. This is the Snowflake. I'll select Snowflake Data Warehouse. Click on next. These are the basic configuration which you have to give, whether we are connecting a data warehouse like Snowflake or you have the basic configuration setting to connect a data warehouse. I'll give some basic details over here. My host name will be this one. Warehouse is computing. After this, you just have to test your connection whether it is connecting with your Snowflake account or not. So connection test has been succeeded. Now we can save this. Once you have created your destination as in Snowflake, now the Supermetric is connected with your Snowflake account which you have provided. Now you just need to go to transfer. As you can see, there is no transfer right now. I'll create a new one. You just need to select any data source. We have a multiple data source where we can see Facebook Insights, Facebook Ads, Google Analytics, Google Ad 360. I'm selecting right now Google Analytics. Okay, so this is the destination. As you can see, Snowflake, right? Schedule, this is the time period when you want this job, or you can say this schema to be run for you, and the daily data should be pulled. So the frequency when the data should be synced in your backend table is I'm setting is at daily, and the time for which the data should be synced is at 11 a.m. Refresh window means how back you want to go from the current date. How back means if you will set a 5 days, it will go 5 days back and pull the data and refresh the data which is in the data warehouse for the last 5 days. Okay, so I'll select 5 in the refresh window. Now, what is the schema? Schema is basically a certain sort of structure which is already predefined in Supermetric, right? If you want to see any data, for example, like performance of a paid ads, so there are some dimension and matrices which are already predefined from Supermetric side. Just need to select any one schema as per your requirement and choose any one schema as per your preference. If I'll select a user, so you can see what all matrices and dimension I'm going to get the users schema. Like if we can see that city, I'm going to get continental is the dimension I'm going to get from this particular schema. So these are already predefined certain sort of schemas available in Supermetric. So my requirement is like I want to pull some matrices and dimension which are required by me. I do not want to take the matrices and dimension which are there in this particular schema. So how I can do this? I have a query manager over here. It's just acting like as a postman. Whereas in we can write our particular dimensions and matrices which we want to extract from this particular supermetric. So I'll just redirect to this query manager. So this will land onto the page where you'll see graphical user interface. Here I can see I'll go to Google Analytics. It will redirect to the account from which I want to pull the data. So sign in with Google. I'm selecting the data management because all of my projects are available at this Gmail ID. I'll select any one account from this. Okay, allow it. Right now we have you can see my data sources as Google Analytics with this Gmail ID. So now you just have to select the views, or you need to select the account for which you need to pull the data, because we are running with this multiple project IDs on this particular Gmail ID. We have multiple project access to this particular Gmail ID, so we are able to see over here that Credelo is there. I'll just pull any one project from this particular email ID. Okay, Faith Life. I selected one account. Now, what should be my date particularly? So it should be like year to date. This is particular date. You can select any of the date, like from this particular month to this current date. You can select year to date, which will give you this particular year current date from the starting of the January 1st. Okay, you can select year to date, and you can have this option like January 1st, 12th of 5th, right? Select the matrices now what you need. I can pull new users, session, bounces, page views. Multiple matrices are there. There are number of matrices which you can even do not think of to pull, and those are available in the Supermetric. So no need to worry. This is always a hassle-free type of thing. Just need to know what particular dimensional matrices Supermetric is defining in their documentation, which you are going to pull it from the Google Analytics. So just need to split it by rows. You are going to select the dimensions over here. I'll select the date as dimension firstly. Then I'll select the channel. These are all basically understanding because we are currently working on Google Analytics and I know what dimension we basically pull. I'll pull device. Okay. And country also I'll pull it. These are the dimension and you can see certain sort of segments are there. All user, new user. These are all basically some sort of requirement which are available on Google Analytics. So I'll not select any one of them because I'll give pull the all data. Filter also is there. An option is also there that we'll want to replace the blank matrices values with zeros. I'll select this one. And now you can see this is the query which this Supermetric has been made based upon our dimension and matrices selection. Now you just simply need to run this query. Okay, so I have just got a certain sort of rows which are displayed as a preview what kind of data I have pulled using this particular query, right? So this will go and show me the first 500 rows. I can also download this as an CSV file. Simply click on this and this whole data will be downloaded in a CSV file. Even not this much, it gives us some feasibility that we can also download JSON format file over here. We can directly load the data into Power BI, front-end visualization tool, Tableau, Quick, and data warehouses. So as this query you have generated, now you just need to fulfill that whether the data is correct sort of data. Now you just need to save this query. What you will do, save as. Now we'll write a query name over here. I'll write down staging table, faith life. Now we do not have any particular schema over here. I'll create a new over here. So this query name, what it will do is query name is it will create a similar table structure as in the backend with the snowflake, right? So whatever you will define in this query manager, it will create a table name in the snowflake like this only. And this is the schema. Schema is like if you want to create multiple queries, you just have to create particular one schema and you can create multiple queries in that particular schema. So now I'll just click on OK. This will save my query. So I've just got an information that query has been saved. Now I'll just go to transfer. Create a new one. Choose data source, Google Analytics. Snowflake as in destination. Refresh windows to daily refresh at 11 a.m. Now you just need to mention your particular schema over here. As these are already predefined schemas, you do not need to pull the data from these particular schemas. You have created your own schema from Query Manager. You just need to select your particular schema from here. I have created one, this Faith Life Supermetric demo. I can see my this query name which I have created over there while saving that particular, and you just need to select this one. After this, you just need to select your account from here. With Life Financial, one account is selected from which I am pulling the data. This is basically my source from where which account I am using right now over here. I have used for pulling my data from this Google Analytics source. Now you just need to save it. The display name and the transfer name must be Faith Life. You can just save it. Okay. So this is how we just create a transfer from Supermetric to our data warehouse. But this is not the just it. Like if what we have created right now we'll just get the data in the backend in our Snowflake. It's not the one. What we have to do if we have to pull the data right now, or if we want to pull the data from historical dates, like if the client says I have the historical data starting from the January 1st, 2021. So what you'll do in that case, you just need to backfill there is a backfill option. You just go to this backfill option and select the historical date where you want the data from. So in that case, it will take some time to populate in the backend. I'll just select 2 days time frame, which will give us and seeing the data in just quickly few minutes, right? So I'll just select the 2 days time frame over here, 12 to 13, and click on OK. Now it's showing me backfill information is saved, and you just need to refresh this page. It will automatically create the table in my Snowflake particular schema and the data warehouse. So you can see that it has started running and it is showing that 0% is completed. In 2-3 minutes, it will automatically create the table in my this Snowflake, and the data will be populated from last 2 days. So I'll just walk you through this database also, which I'm using right now. This is my practice database. I'm using public schema right now. I'll go to these databases. So these are the two tables which already exist. It will create a new one in just few minutes only. Meanwhile, I'll just walk you through how we can create Google Sheet with our Supermetric account, right? We can also pull this data into the Google Sheets. So what type of extension we can use over here is like we have an extension like Supermetric. If you guys do not have any, this extension does not exist in your Google Sheet, what you need to do is like you just have to go to extension, add-ons, get add-ons. Okay, so these are some type of extension which Google Sheet enable us to extract the data from various data sources. I'll just write down over here Supermetric. Okay, right now what is there is like I have particularly installed this extension, so it is showing installed over here. If you guys do not have it, you can install it from here and just click on cross button. Once it is installed, you just need to go to here extension Supermetric. Okay, so over here also what we can do, we can directly pull this data into this Google Sheet. You just need to do create a new query, select the data source, Google Analytics. It will redirect to your Google Analytics account, sign in with Google. Need to select the data management. Okay, allow it. Okay, you can see your 14 days Google Analytics trial has started right now. Data source is selected, select the views. You need to select the account for which you need to pull the data. Faith Life Financial. Select the date. You can select the starting date and end date. I'll just select the starting date as May 1st. No need to compare it. Select the matrices. User, session, users, bounces, page views, bounce rate. These are some sort of matrices. Dimension. You just need to select the date. Now, what you need to do, get data to table. After this, you have selected all sort of things which you need. Get the data to the table. It's automatically run the query for you and pull the data. You can see the data got populated. And if you want this particular data to be synced on daily basis, what you can do, you just need to schedule this particular query from here, add and trigger. You can create a trigger having a particular date and time when you want this query to be automatically run, and it will append the data and remove the previous records from this Google Sheet. And directly you can pull the data from this Google Sheet. So this is how we are connecting Supermetric, and Supermetric is seamless, we can say data flowing method which provides us to pull the data very easily, any hassle, without any hassle. So just need to refresh this page also again. So it's showing me 100% is completed. I'll refresh my database also. Simply click on this. Refresh. You can see this table has been created. You can see these columns have been automatically created. I'll just simply write down a query over here. So now you can see the data over here in this particular database. With that said, thanks for joining the session. If you like the session, please like and share. See you in the next video.